I did one time run into John Holmes at a nudist camp, now that I brought it up. I remember one time I did go with Estelle. We always talked about it, because it's actually, there's no real perversion at those things. People just go for the sunshine and everything, and we always thought it might be nice, it might be a tad titillating to feel the breeze blowing through the coastal foliage. And so we did go, and wouldn't you know, John Holmes was there at the same time. Oh, God. Estelle was saying, my God, will you look? I said, no, I don't want to look. She said, my God, the awesome power. Unbelievable. When he was playing volleyball, he nearly knocked himself unconscious. Oh, and he had no shortage of people trying to resuscitate him, I'll tell you that. He had a myocardial infarction there. Yeah, well, I don't know. Apparently he swung in some way and nailed himself in the side of the head. I saw no signs of breathing. I'm a medical man. I went down, I checked his carotid pulse. I said, this man appears to be in some kind of cardiac arrest. Estelle said, well, I'll give him CPR. I watched for a couple of minutes. I said, Estelle, you're blowing on the wrong end here. Come here a sec. And apparently he liked Estelle too, because he'd follow us around. We'd be lying on a blanket, just lying there, and all of a sudden something would block the sun. I'd open my eyes, it'd be John. But he wouldn't lie down with us. He'd just squat there in front of us, and the breeze would blow, and he'd be swaying. And I'd say, well, you just either lie down or walk away. Don't just squat in front of me like that. Jeez, it was awful. But in the long run, I guess I had the last laugh. Finally, he was always suggesting things. Shuffleboard? I'd say, no, my wife and I just want to be alone. Finally, he said, you want to play some cards? I said, all right, at least we'd be sitting under a table. I wouldn't be constantly reminded of my shortcomings. So I said, yes, let's play some cards, for crying out loud. And actually, I kind of enjoyed it. We were playing poker, and I won a lot of money off the guy. Because, he had a good poker face. But I always knew when he had a good hand of cards, because, the table would start vibrating.